Mark chapter 2, verses 13 to 22. Once again, Jesus went out beside the lake. A large crowd came to him, and he began to teach them. As he walked along, he saw Levi, son of Alphaeus, sitting at the tax collector's booth. Follow me, Jesus told him, and Levi got up and followed him. While Jesus was having dinner at Levi's house, many tax collectors and sinners were eating with him and his disciples, for there were many who followed him. When the teachers of the law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with the sinners and tax collectors, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with tax collectors and sinners?" On hearing this, Jesus said to them, "It is not the healthy who need a doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners." Now John's disciples and the Pharisees were fasting. Some people came and asked Jesus, "How is it that John's disciples and the disciples of the Pharisees are fasting, but yours are not?" Jesus answered, "How can the guests of the bridegroom fast while he is with them? They cannot, so long as they have him with them. But the time will come when the bridegroom will be taken from them, and on that day they will fast. No one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment. Otherwise, the new piece will pull away from the old, making the tear worse. And no one pours new wine into old wineskins. Otherwise, the wine will burst the skins, and both the wine and the wineskins will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskins."
Respected Achin and fellow brothers and sisters, in the Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 2, verses 13 to 22, we find a powerful narrative that speaks of the transformative power of faith and inclusivity of divine love. This passage tells us the story of Jesus' encounter with Levi, also known as Matthew, a tax collector, and the subsequent criticism he faced from the religious leaders of his time. Jesus, in his infinite compassion, saw beyond Levi's socialite label and called him to follow. He saw potential where others saw only sin and unworthiness. This act of reaching out to someone considered an outcast was revolutionary in this time, challenging the norms and prejudice of society. But Jesus did not stop there. He sat at Levi's table, dining with tax collectors and sinners, sending a powerful message of acceptance and love. In doing so, he shattered the barriers of exclusivity and demonstrated that no one is beyond the reach of God's grace. The religious leaders of the time questioned Jesus' actions, but he responded with profound wisdom, likening himself to a physician who came not for the healthy, but for the sick. Through this analogy, Jesus emphasized his mission to seek out those who need of healing, both physically and spiritually. Furthermore, Jesus used the metaphor of new wine and old wineskin to illustrate the transformative nature of his ministry. He was introducing a new way of understanding and experiencing God's kingdom, one that could not be contained by rigid structures of the past. His teachings were fresh and dynamic, requiring hearts and minds to open to change and renewal. As we reflect on this passage, let us be reminded of the radical inclusivity of Jesus' message. Let us emulate his compassion and willingness to see beyond labels and prejudices. May we be open to the transformative power of faith, allowing it to renew our lives and communities. And may we, like one wineskin, be vessels ready to receive a new wine of God's love and grace. Thank you.